Any energetic practice, such as Tai Chi Chuan or Qigong, should be done under the supervision of a qualified instructor. However, there are some important principles that we can practice in our homes that are actually very useful for just daily life. And I just want to go over those with you because you may find it helpful. So usually when we begin any practice like Qigong or Tai Chi Chuan, structure becomes very, very important. And there's a couple of key pointers that I want to make, and I'll be making them in future episodes as well, and we'll just go very gradually. The first one I want to mention is the feet. The feet, just feeling all of your feet, both feet on the ground, particularly this idea of the four corners of the feet, that you are relaxed in the forefoot and in the heel as well. So you've got that connection with the ground. That's very important so that you're not kind of just floaty. And also that the knees are over the foot rather than turned in or out and relaxed. And there's this idea that we settle down. That's also very, very important. Now, settling down is just one in which we're actually not doing anything. We're just letting, in a sense, as they would say in the East, we're letting the tea leaves settle. You know, sometimes when we're brewing a cup of tea, we can just pour the leaves into the teapot and then just let them settle, and then that can be our indication that the tea is ready to drink. But it's that idea of just really doing nothing but just waiting. And I'd like you to get into that mindset as we go through some of these principles, that you can just let the tea leaves settle so that you can become clearer. Your hands can be in front of you, almost like they're resting on a table, or they can be by your sides. The key principle here is you don't want to have them tight into your body. We don't want to have them too out like this so that we're creating any kind of falsefulness. It's almost like we have an egg under our armpit, and we don't want to crush the egg, and we don't want to give it too much space so it drops on the floor. So it's that kind of gentle feeling without any tension. And that's really the key point of these energetic practices, is that we release any unnecessary tension. The last point I want to do in this particular episode here is for you to release the back of the neck. We are, including myself, very, very prone to forward head posture, particularly in this time where many of us are stuck in our computers. And so if we can just relax the head upwards and feel that our head is being pulled from a string from above, which is the classical way of describing it, that can be very, very useful as well. And doing these practices, we're getting up off of our chairs, which is very vital in this time as well. So we want our head up, with our feet on the ground. And I want you to begin just by feeling that there's a ball between your hands, a ball of energy between your hands, just like you're holding a basketball. And this is the main point I want to make today, which is I want you to feel that ball, and it's almost like as you go back and forth with your hands, that there's really something of substance there. And here's the main point. I want you to feel your joints of your hands open. And you do that by just imagining this palm area here, just as if it was a suction cup, and that you're just opening that suction cup just gently. And as you open that suction cup, you'll find that the joints of your hand will open too. And as you open the suction cup, just feel again, perhaps that there's some energy between your hands, and just start to almost cultivate that feeling. See if you can just Feel that energy between your hands. And again, just experiment with it. Just feel it, just play around with it a little bit. And when you have it together, you can just feel it as energy and just good energy, and put perhaps your love in there. Put some intentionality, some peace in there. And then what I like to do to complete this, and of course you can do this much longer, is then just bring my hands together, kind of cup them over, they're kind of open, and then bring them into my heart center, all that good energy. Feel myself, and then I like to have a kind of a gesture of then just going out, that my loving, my energy, my peace, or what I've generated here just goes out into the world, and I'm just open and energized.